Somebody said if you don't like playing with LeBron, you wouldn't like playing with Kobe. Bro, you guys got to stop these narratives, man. It's not that I didn't like playing with Bron, you guys. And, I don't want to go into detail about it. Some of y'all comments just be so asinine. Like when I was in Cleveland and I was a young player, I had no idea Bron was going to come back.
Kyrie Irving may have just lit the fuse on a conversation that could rattle one of basketball's most iconic legacies. And he did it with a single offhand remark during a casual live stream. No press conference, no dramatic setup. Just a quiet, honest moment shared with thousands, and the internet erupted immediately. LeBron supporters rushed to defend. Comment sections turned chaotic. Suddenly, people remembered that Kyrie wasn't just another former teammate, he was the one who saw everything firsthand in Cleveland, away from the cameras. And now it feels like he's finally ready to speak. There was no anger in his voice. Just a cold, steady stare into the camera as he said that when he's done playing, the full truth about him and LeBron will come out.
The reason why I say I would have loved to play with Kobe, because I would have loved to have started my career with, I love Cleveland, don't get me wrong. I'm appreciative of all the things that they've done for me, but at the same time, I would have loved to choose the franchise I wanted to go to. You know what I'm saying? I would have loved to develop next to some of my favorite players and some of my favorite people. Because being a young player, when you're on a team that's not winning a lot of games, there's a lot of bad habits that form. And that's what ended up happening to me when I was very young. I had a lot of bad habits. I was not a winner. I was not a loser.
When Kyrie said, "Trust me," it didn't sound like a tease. It sounded like someone who's been carrying the weight of a buried truth for years. The panic that rippled through the chat said everything. LeBron's supporters reacted fast, and for good reason. They understand how serious that promise really is. To see why, you have to rewind to Kyrie's Cleveland days well before LeBron ever came back. What often gets overlooked is that Kyrie never chose Cleveland. That's not a slight, it's just the truth. Taken first overall in 2011, he had no control over where he landed. He walked into a broken roster still reeling from LeBron's departure to Miami. Night after night, he dragged a team with no real direction, and later he admitted those seasons shaped him in ways he didn't want. He played selfishly because he had to. No one else could create offense. Survival turned him into a solo act. Then, just as he was beginning to grow into a true leader, everything changed. LeBron announced his return. Overnight, Kyrie's trajectory was rewritten. Picture being a 22-year-old star finally ready to lead your own franchise, only for the biggest figure in basketball to walk in and take control. The spotlight fades, development stalls, and leadership is no longer yours. Kyrie never called LeBron a villain, but there's one phrase he always used that says more than it seems.
So when you guys make it about one player, it is kind of just weird. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not just one player that you have to promote. Like, we had like solid players on our team. When you're playing with somebody like Bron or somebody that you guys like to compare him to, it's a different animal. It's a different journey. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're automatically expected to be at the top of the charts, the top of the league. Every time you play with Bron, it's going to be a lot of media attention. It's going to be a lot of back and forth of narratives. It's going to be about a lot of spun narratives. It's going to be a lot of politics. It's going to be a lot of shit that a lot of people don't see in front of the camera. And for me, I was just a young person trying to figure it out. You know what I mean? It's not that I dislike playing with Bron at any time. It was just literally, it was my time to move on. And that's what people got to accept. They want a deeper, detailed dive in terms of what happened. It's like, it was my time to move on.
Playing alongside LeBron is its own kind of experience, and not in a flattering way. Changes everything around you. Once you're on his team, your growth no longer matters. You're measured by something else entirely: how well you serve his system. Can you help him win? Can you live with being second while he owns the spotlight in the story? That's where things start to feel uncomfortable. When LeBron returned to Cleveland, he didn't just bring elite basketball ability. He brought power. Before Miami, he was raw and immensely talented but still figuring things out. 4 years under Pat Riley changed that. Miami gave him structure, discipline, and a mastery of pressure. But what Kyrie has hinted at goes beyond basketball. LeBron didn't just refine his game there. He learned how to control narratives, manage media, and shape perception. A carefully built system designed to protect the brand above everything else. And when he came back to Cleveland, that entire machine came with him. Kyrie has spoken about how nothing around LeBron reaches the public untouched. Stories are adjusted. Conversations happen behind closed doors. Politics move quietly. And in the end, the narrative always curves back to safeguard one person. LeBron didn't just return improved. He returned knowing how to control every angle, including how his teammates fit into the bigger picture. For Kyrie, being inside that system felt less like a partnership and more like getting caught in a machine that didn't care who it rolled over. Then came Game 7 of the 2016 Finals. Kyrie drilled one of the coldest shots the sport has ever seen, right over Steph Curry, sealing a championship that ended 52 years of misery. That moment should have defined his career. Instead, when he turned on the TV, all he heard was "blocked by James." LeBron's chase-down play was replayed on loop, while Kyrie's title-winning three faded into the background almost instantly. His defining moment vanished in real time. Soon after, LeBron went on television and declared that championship made him the greatest of all time. Not them. Not the team. Him. Kyrie averaged 27 in that series, carried enormous responsibility, and hit the shot that mattered most. Yet the entire story became LeBron's redemption arc. Kyrie was reduced to a supporting character in his own achievement. And once you see that, it stays with you. Because it shows the system isn't built to celebrate collective success. It exists to elevate LeBron alone. In 2017 it continued. Kyrie put up nearly 29 a night in the finals, trading blows with Kevin Durant while Golden State overwhelmed Cleveland. Durant clearly outplayed LeBron, but when the Cavs lost, blame went everywhere except toward him. Kyrie caught criticism. Role players were dragged. LeBron remained untouched. Then less than a month later, trade rumors about Kyrie surfaced. The same player who delivered a championship was suddenly framed as the problem. Whispers came from LeBron's inner circle. Fans mocked up trade scenarios. And Kyrie finally snapped. He demanded out. He became the first star of the LeBron era to reclaim control of his own future. Every other major teammate either chose to follow LeBron or faded away quietly once their usefulness declined. Wade, Bosh, Love. None left on their own terms except Kyrie. And LeBron's fanbase never forgave him, because his exit revealed something uncomfortable. The LeBron system only functions when everyone else accepts being expendable. Kyrie didn't. And once he stepped away, the illusion shattered. That's when the character assassination began, constant, personal, and organized. His Boston years were mocked. His leadership questioned. His injuries magnified. His personality weaponized. Everything twisted into one simple message. Kyrie can't win without LeBron. Then the pandemic hit. Kyrie made a personal medical decision and the reaction was explosive. He was labeled dangerous. People demanded he be banned. But it never felt like concern over public health. It felt like punishment for stepping outside the line and thinking for himself. What made it stranger was how much of that anger came from LeBron fans, as if Kyrie's choice was somehow an attack on LeBron's legacy. And through all of it, LeBron said nothing. No support. No public comment. Just silence. His fan base did the damage for him. Exactly the kind of off-camera influence Kyrie had always hinted at. LeBron never needs to speak. The system moves on its own, and Kyrie didn't break. He went to Dallas and played the most disciplined, locked-in basketball of his career. He won again. He became a veteran leader, a steady presence, someone who finally found real peace. Not media approval, real peace. Even when Luka Doncic was traded to the Lakers, Kyrie stayed grounded and proved the doubts wrong. He became one of the most dependable players on his team and exposed the truth. The criticism was never about his talent. It was about needing him to fail so someone else's story could stay intact. That's why everything comes back to that live stream moment. Kyrie wasn't speaking casually. He sounded like someone finished carrying silence for others. When I'm done playing, you'll hear the real story. Trust me. His tone made it clear. This won't be a soft sit-down. It'll be the unfiltered truth. The real conversations. The buried tension. The moments erased by the narrative machine. Then he added something even heavier. No one could ever live in his shoes and no one could honestly say what they would have done in his position. That isn't bitterness. That's someone who knows facts that could change how the entire Cleveland era is viewed. And he said it with edge. He's done protecting other people's legacies at the expense of his own truth. So the question isn't if Kyrie will speak. It's what happens to LeBron's legacy when he does. For years, the system has been sealed tight, every angle managed, every story controlled. Kyrie's promise cracks that armor. And once he talks, the image that's been so carefully preserved may not come out untouched. Kyrie didn't need a documentary to shake the foundation. One sentence was enough. The panic from fans says everything. They know how dangerous his truth could be. Retirement is getting closer. And when Kyrie finally sits down without pressure, the entire basketball world will be listening. Because the truth hits hardest when it comes from the person who actually lived it. And Kyrie lived all of it.